Hello, my name's Tarot Jane, and I'm excited to share this session with you on simple tarot spreads. Let me share my screen and we'll get started. So I want to talk about sharing simple spreads. The arrow is a 3-card spread that is super easy to do, and it is one that answers the question, what's going to happen today? You're going to pull 3 cards. The first one's going to be the outcome card. The second one is going to be unseen influences. The third one is going to be expected influences. Certainly, if you want to switch around what goes on the left and what goes on the right, I encourage everybody to make this what works best for you. This is how I like to do it. When do you use this spread? I've used it on mornings. How's today going to go? I've used it when I'm worried about a meeting or concerned about a project, because that will tell me not only how is that meeting going to go, but what's going to happen in that meeting I'm not expecting, and what can I do when the unexpected happens to be in better power. So let's run through this simple spread together. First, there's the 3 positions again. One note, when we're looking at the outcome of these cards, we're going to look afterwards at how those 3 cards relate to each other in terms of power. The more powerful one of those cards are, the more powerful one of the influences that expected or the expected is going to be. So let's start with the first sample reading. I want to know what's going to happen today. Today, it looks like I'll be the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is a woman who does, or a feminine type energy that does very simple, practical, basic work. She accomplishes things on a physical, measurable level, and that's a great place to be. So today's a day for me to get things done. What's going to influence it in a way I don't expect? The Emperor. That means there's going to be some bureaucratic demands. Very possibly, I could run into a problem with Zoom or YouTube when I'm trying to upload this video. That's okay. What are the expected and unexpected, or it's the expected response? I've left a lot of time. So I know the 9 of Pentacles is saying, I'll play an extra. And that extra time is really going to be needed because there's going to be a lot longer unexpected delays than I thought. If this wasn't when I was planning on doing a Zoom class, but instead you got this on the day you were having a birthday party, it might be that the birthday party was practical. Everybody has wonderful food because the Queen of Pentacles is Martha Stewart level of hosting. Everything's handled. The food is fantastic. There might be something unexpected, a car accident near your street, which means your people are delayed, or there's a quick outage of power, but it's over quickly. Your extra time pays off with the preparedness of the 9 of Pentacles. Also notice that Queen of Pentacles and that 9 of Pentacles sharing a suit means that the outcome is going to match very well the expected influences. Now, like remember I said that Emperor is an unexpected influence, and that is stronger than the 2 other cards. So the unexpected influence is going to have a lot more power. It's going to be something you can't fight. However, it's something you can work around. Let's try another one and see how this goes. A slightly different question here. Instead of today, I'm going to ask, what's going to be created? That will mean that the second card is the unseen and unexpected influences that affect this creation. And the third card will be the expected influence and obvious things that I'm doing to help shape that creation. So what's going to be created is the Chariot. That means that there's going to be successful, but short-term success. One of the phrases for the Chariot is a perilously short season in the sun. So this may not be a long-term successful project, but in the short term, it will be successful. And it's going to require balancing 2 needs that are at odds. So that can look at love and money. That can be your head and heart. It can be if you've got 2 kids that you're balancing the needs of 2 children. Let's see what those influences are going to be. Oh, so we've got the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is a reunion card. It's a second honeymoon. It involves an emotional relationship with somebody coming back. You want to add another nuance to that. There is some energy of being too dreamy or too drunk in some of the Cups cards. So looking at the Six of Cups, it's likely an old friend who recently got sober wants to make a contract with you, employing their lawn service company or employing their maintenance work or even hiring them to do social media work for you. You're going to notice this person's going to be unexpected because it's the left side card. It's somebody from your past because that's what the Six of Cups brings. And there may be some unreliability or dreaminess that has been present with this person before. It doesn't have to be alcoholism. It can just be somebody who has such big goals and lofty ambitions that they don't ever quite follow through. Well, if this kind of a person came back into my life, and probably in yours, what would you expect to do? The answer is the Ace of Swords. Make a clear contract, have clear boundaries. The Ace of Swords is all about being clear, having the rules laid out, being intellectual, balancing that emotional familiarity, and maybe even the emotional anger about past disappointments and hurts with clear, specific goals. The Ace of Swords is also one that's always willing to cut bait and stop getting involved. So this contract that you would write would have a clear and easy termination clause. I don't have to give you a reason. If I'm unhappy, we can stop at any point. It also may have clear laid out steps in which that person gets paid only after certain installments have been completed. So looking at this really different card, we see that the Chariot or the outcome is the only major card. That means the outcome is going to be more powerful and it's going to allow you to balance your emotional reactions to this old friend with your professional, clear, specific legal obligations that you are normally really good at. So here we go with the arrow spread, two very different readings and two very different outcomes. There's now what I would challenge you to do is do this card reading for tomorrow and do it again for today. Either way, here's how you would do it. Ask yourself specifically when you do this work, what is this outcome you're talking about? You're asking an outcome for today. You can ask an outcome for tomorrow. You can ask an outcome for tonight's date with your husband. Anything that works for you, just be specific about what you're asking. If you're not looking for a particular activity, look for a particular time. Also, there'll be another video coming on how to ask a good question. So try this one now. Outcome, what will tomorrow bring for me? Your left-hand card, the second one, will be the unseen, unexpected influences that are going to affect you tomorrow. And in response to that, here are the expected and obvious influences that you've got to help balance that energy. I look forward to hearing from you and finding out, how did this reading go for you? I'm going to do one more and answering that question for me, so you can see how I would go in real time. So here we go. You'll notice that I'm cutting the cards. I've already shuffled them completely. And now that I've finished one last cut, oh, messy one. Let me go with the first card. This card showed up reversed, and I'm ignoring reversed cards for this part of the reading. Look for another video on how to work with reversed cards. This card is about charity. It's the Six of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles is about being giving in a practical way, but it also, you'll notice, echoes some of that equal spread as there are two people being given to. All of the sixes ask us to have a dynamic balance of how to manage two different pieces. So the outcome for me tomorrow is going to be the Six of Pentacles. The unexpected influence is going to be the Five of Cups. So there may be some sadness I'm dealing with. It could be that I'm get some sad news. It might just be that it's my dad's birthday month and I'm missing him. So I'm going to have to balance some unseen emotional time with my need to be generous. Maybe somebody's going to come to me with a sob story. The answer is I can help them dream. So the 7 of Cups gives the answer that says the result for me tomorrow to any sad feelings that I'm unexpectedly dealing with is letting myself have dreams about possibilities. I think it's fascinating that when I did this, the unexpected card, the 5 of Cups, was balanced by the expected 7 of Cups. If you look at these 2 cards, one of the things I notice, oops, let me do it this way, is that the 5 of Cups is looking backwards. And so this card, the second unexpected, is looking into the past, and the expected is looking forward. So I would say that there may be some opportunity to look in the past tomorrow that will surprise me. And I'm going to have to consciously and intentionally look towards the future to lift my mood and dream about what could be. The outcome will be that I'm going to have to be generous, but generous in a balanced way between the past and the future. That might mean balancing what I'm giving to someone else with what I'm giving to myself. Remember, when we look at this 6 of Pentacles, charity happens between 2 people, and often at home, where charity is supposed to begin, means giving to ourselves as well as giving to someone else. So there we go, an off-the-cuff one. This different reading shows, quite honestly, what do you do when all of the cards are very similar? It means that there's no clear dominant answer. Slightly more powerful to have a 7 than a 5 or a 6. And if you think it's unusual to have these cards that are so close together in their meaning, I encourage you to start practicing, because I find synchronicity is defined by Jung. Unexpected, statistically not relevant or statistically not likely occurrences happen all the time when I read tarot. So I hope you use this Arrow Tarot spread to answer your questions for tomorrow. And I look forward to having you join me in a practice session where you pull some of these cards and we talk about what they mean for you. We'll go deeper into the meaning of the cards and how the cards surrounding each one that you pull affect how we interpret it. So if you're at home and you've got a couple of these readings that you're doing yourself, take a picture, share it with me on Facebook or Instagram or through Patreon, and I'll give you some feedback on how does this reading look to me, and confirm or help be inspired by the different insights you have to share. You can always find me on Patreon at /Patreon Tarot Jane. And this class will be one that the people in the Empress level will receive as part of their membership in Patreon, a free Zoom class, as well as a free practice session or a free in-person session to practice this video class we're doing together. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you soon.